How would you define or describe what cold calling is? Or what is your perspective of cold calling? Cold calling is a specific prospecting activity in which the sales representative makes contact with an individual whom they have never had any previous contact or relationship with. It's like a blind date. Or it is finding people or businesses that have a need for your products and or services who you don't currently have a working relationship with.
Cold calling has become a controversial subject. For years now, many so-called experts have been predicting the demise of cold calling in the sales profession. Those individuals who are looking for a justifiable reason for not engaging in cold calling activities are very quick to jump on the bandwagon of those preaching the death of cold calling because the experts' prediction supports their preference. It is true that in some industries, management have figured out methods for leveraging technology in order to generate incoming calls from prospects. However, for many business-to-business companies, especially those that are attempting to build a database or those that have a constant need to cultivate new business leads, cold calling is alive and well. Why do most salespeople dislike cold calling? Responses include fear of rejection. It takes effort and there can be a low perceived return on investment, or in other words, they consider it a waste of time. The general perception or conditioning that we receive from society that suggests that this is a grunt activity, close to cleaning sewers, being a garbage man, or dead stock retrieval. Personal insecurity. It is out of their comfort zone. They are not sure what to say or how to open the conversation. They are unsure how to handle difficult people, questions, or situations. They feel they are in a position of weakness rather than in a position of power. They don't enjoy it because they are not in control. They are at the mercy of other people. They dislike it when people call on them and therefore perceive that others feel this way. It is considered to be a necessary evil of selling and not fun. They may not know the answers to some of the questions that are asked, and this creates a feeling of humiliation for some people. Generally speaking, two of the most important lessons that I learned about the profession of sales are, you are never going to have all the answers, and secondly, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
I can appreciate that this can be difficult for some people. I can understand if you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. What you need to do is learn how to make it enjoyable. It can be pleasant if you allow it. Keep this Dale Carnegie quote in mind. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing.
Ever been guilty of having non-sufficient business opportunities? Could you write a check right now based on the current status of your prospect bank account that would clear without going into overdraft or returning NSF? If your sales bank manager reviewed the status of your prospect bank account, would they be willing to finance you or would they declare you to be bankrupt? A healthy prospect bank account is a true reflection of future prosperity. In professional sales, it's as good as cash in the bank. The majority of business people have feelings of animosity, fears, or complacency regarding prospecting. Sales professionals know that they must consistently engage in prospecting activities. Somehow, something goes wrong between knowing what you should be doing and actually doing it. It is human nature to procrastinate until you are at the point of absolute desperation. By this time it is too late, and you will definitely suffer for your lack of professional discipline. If you're employed in a commission-based career without a continual influx of prospects, your income stream will never be predictable. You will continually ride a financial roller coaster filled with peaks and valleys. Most salespeople will experience this at some point in their professional career. If you are paying attention, you will resolve to never find yourself in this position again. One area where most businesses and individuals fail is in consistently uncovering and creating new business opportunities. In an idle position, a boat sits with the entire bottom and the sides to some degree touching the water. As the boat initially propels forward, it will be bogged down. As it gains momentum, it will eventually lift itself up out of the water and begin to cruise smoothly along the surface. At the point you feel bogged down, you are required to exert a significant quantity of energy. Your frustration level can be extremely high, and the results from your efforts can seem minuscule. When watercraft are riding smoothly on the surface of the water, having minimal friction, they refer to this as hydroplaning. As you begin to hydroplane, less energy is required to generate greater results. You are more relaxed, experience less resistance from your prospects, and don't mind it when you hit roadblocks or delays. To experience this effect in sales, your prospect bank account must be filled to capacity and then remain that way as you are guiding your accounts through the sales process. Only when you have mastered this vital component of professional selling will you be fully content with a professional sales career. When the prospect bank is depleted, you know that a dry spell is coming and you feel distressed and helpless. If a business transaction falls through or becomes stalled, then it can have a drastic impact on your attitude, emotions, and financial stability. When the prospect bank is full, you are confident. You know sales are going to occur naturally, your mind is at ease, and you are comforted by the options available to you. You don't worry, and you will not be victimized by feelings of panic or anxiety. It is easy for you to project your business expectations, and you know your income is secure. Most salespeople have been or are guilty of saying, "I don't have time to prospect." This is an excuse for not doing what you know you must. The truth is, you can't afford not to prospect because eventually it will catch up to you.
Success in professional sales is often dependent on maturity. Recognizing the need to take action and doing so under your own steam separates you from the crowd. Most people are willing to change, not because they see the light, but because they feel the heat.
Learning Spotlight number 1. It's time to review what we've covered so far. Each question in the quiz has a 90-second time limit, and the quiz has a 15-minute time limit. You cannot pause the quiz once you begin. The quiz includes many types of questions including true or false, drag and drop, multiple answers, and etc. Read the questions carefully and make sure you understand what is being asked before submitting your response. Many of the questions or variations of them will be included in the final exam. You will be graded and the passing grade for the quiz is 70%. You will have 3 chances to attain a passing grade. If you fail to attain a passing grade after 3 attempts, you will be locked out of the course. You will have an opportunity to review the quiz responses upon successful completion. If you wish to review the previous slides and sections, do so before advancing. Upon completion of this quiz, please click on the green Next button with the white arrow in order to advance to the next step in the learning path. This concludes step number 2 of the learning path. Please click on the green Next button with the white arrow in order to advance when you are ready to proceed.